Thank you, Mr. President. Members, like all of you, I'm extremely proud of the communities that I represent. One of those communities is Guthrie, and Oklahoma's territorial and first state capital is right there in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Guthrie embodies and reflects Oklahoma history, and that history is further represented and brought to life by an incredible artist, a teacher, a writer, and a businesswoman who's with us today. I hope you've had a chance to admire the pair of boots that were created by our guests and have been on display in the West Capitol entrance since last fall. These boots, which are a vivid artistic interpretation of the symbols and culture of this state, were commissioned by the Oklahoma Arts Council to celebrate the now completed Capitol renovation project. Today I'm delighted to introduce to you Lisa Sorrell as we celebrate her artistry, which in turn brings Oklahoma's culture and history to life for those of us who work here in the Capitol building and the thousands of visitors throughout the state, across our nation, and around the world who come to visit the state capitol here in Oklahoma. Mr. President, I have a citation at the desk. If it pleases you, I wish to have that read.
The clerk will read. Whereas Lisa Sorrell is a long-established resident of Guthrie, Oklahoma, where she owns and operates a successful creative business, Sorrell Notions and Findings, in Guthrie's thriving historic downtown cultural district. And whereas Lisa is an award-winning, nationally recognized artist specializing in the craft of boot making, Lisa designs and creates custom boots using hand tools and vintage machinery. Lisa's work offers fresh ways to examine the art of the cowboy boot within the context of heritage and tradition. And whereas Lisa Sorrell was commissioned by the Oklahoma Arts Council as part of the Capitol renovation and Oklahoma Art in Public Places program to create a unique set of boots for the Oklahoma State Capitol Art Collection. And whereas Lisa's custom-made boots, a work entitled "This Land Is Your Land," are embedded with intricate details reflecting iconic Oklahoma symbols and possess a tactile quality similar to the rugged work ethic of our people. And whereas Lisa's artwork is now on permanent display with art celebrating Oklahoma's early statehood history and Western heritage on the ground floor of the state capitol for thousands of annual visitors to the capitol to enjoy. Now therefore, pursuant to the motion of Senator Chuck Hall, the Oklahoma State Senate extends to Lisa Sorrell commendation and directs that the citation be presented. Senator Hall.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I hope those in the gallery and members on the floor will join me in recognizing a tremendous Oklahoma artist and great talent, Miss Lisa Sorrell. Mr. President, would you please allow Ms. Sorrell to use the 4 leaders mic?
Absolutely. Recognize to use the 4 leaders mic.
So first of all, I want to thank the Oklahoma Arts Council. I'm going to read notes so I do it properly and well. I want to thank the Oklahoma Arts Council for commissioning the Oklahoma boots. I'm so pleased that they had the vision to see that cowboy boots are and can be art, and I'm honored to have my work featured in the magnificent Oklahoma State Capitol Art Collection. So while I'm here and have your attention, I want to talk about how the boots were made. I hope that you caught they're made from flat pieces of leather. There's no painting. Every color you see is a different piece of leather. And to prove that, I brought my paper pattern. This is how those boots started. So every single part of that design started with paper patterns for this. And for example, the state capitol building, that's basically just, if you look at it closely, that's basically just one big white piece of leather. And then all of the columns and the windows and everything is formed with stitching. So stitching is what creates all of the detail and the movement in a pair in leather art. The Oklahoma State flag, again, a lot of that is stitching. I tried to use as many Oklahoma symbols as possible. The little frog back here He was funny because we originally thought about doing a feather for the Red Hawk, but that didn't work out well, and then we thought about doing a slice of watermelon, and that looked sort of cartoony, and the frog was just a last-ditch effort to put something in there, and now he's the favorite thing, and everyone comments on the frog. And before I stop, I want to tell you a sad story about these boots. They're so wonderful, and they have a nice, sharp, square toe. When I was making the boots, I pulled that toe over, so a boot is formed around something called a last, which is a plastic form. Pulled that toe over, set it down, it looked great, set it down on the counter, turned around to get something else, and heard thunk. And the boots had fallen off the bench directly onto that square toe and just split it open. So I had to take the boots off the last, take all the tiny little stitches out, remove that wingtip, create another wingtip, and sew it back on with this pattern. That was one of the scariest moments in the whole process. Thank you so much for having me here today. We're going to have a small reception afterwards. If you want to come talk to me and ask questions, look at the patterns. You can touch these without white gloves. Please come talk to me.
Senator Hall, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, we heard the announcement just a minute ago. My staff, and along with Ms. Sorrell's family and friends, have created a reception for you back in the Senate lounge. I understand that we've got some floor work to take care of, but they're going to be back here for a little while. Cookies and drink, and they'll give you an opportunity to meet with the artists. So I encourage you to go by there and do that. And Mr. President, Mr. Leader, if it's okay, I'd like to make an announcement or a recognition in the gallery. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, if you turn to the South Gallery, now that may look like all of Guthrie, but it's not even close. We have a whole lot of Miss Sorrell's friends and part of the greatest wine club in all